Hi, my name is Dana. I'm going to be a surrogate. We're having the embryo transfer in just 3 days now, which is really exciting. It's been a long time coming. I've been giving myself Delestrogen shots for a couple weeks now, and I recently added progesterone shots. I'm going to show you how I give myself the shots. I'm not a nurse or a specialist at all, but I'm just one of many surrogates who figured it out on their own. I had instructions, of course, but I did end up making a phone call or two to friends who know how to do this. I've got a lot of nurse friends. But, okay, so I'll start with the Delestrogen. Tonight's one of the nights I have to give myself 2 shots, one of each medication. The progesterone I give myself every day. The Delestrogen is just Mondays and Fridays, twice a week. So it doubles up today. So I'm going to start with the Delestrogen. The first thing you'll do if you're giving yourself shots of anything, you'll get a vial, and it has a little metal thing on top, and you just pop that off with your nails or a knife or whatever, and then you wipe it with an alcohol swab. So I'm using a for the Delestrogen, you start with an 18 gauge needle. This is a 1.5 inch needle. This comes with, the medication came with a syringe. You start with a larger needle to draw up the medicine because it's pretty thick, so it goes quicker that way, and then you attach a smaller needle to it. I'm really, really bright, and when I'll just show you, just put it on there and click it. When I first started for the mock cycle, so before we were even doing the real deal, I got home and I was so eager to start. I wanted to make sure I could give myself the shot before I actually put medication in the vial or in the syringe. So I just grabbed what I thought was the smallest syringe because it was the smallest number, but I wasn't very smart. So when you're talking about, you'll figure it out. Nobody else probably has ever done this, but 18 gauge is bigger than a 22 gauge. 22 gauge is what I actually use. 25 gauge. That's what you actually use to inject it in yourself. It's a much skinnier needle. So this is the 18. It's a fat needle, and I got it already. There was no medication or anything. I just wanted to make sure I could stick myself, and I looked at it and I just said, well, if other surrogates can do it, so can I, and then I did it. So not very smart, but anyway, at least I know I can do it. Now the other one's a piece of cake. So the first thing you do after you get the needle on is you draw in as much air as you're going to get of your medication. I'm taking 0.3 units, so I'm going to draw in 0.3. And then you get your vial, just stab it in the top, flip it, let out the air, and then slowly draw the medication in. When you first draw, there's going to be a little bubble. You'll get your methods down, but I usually just push the air back out and then finish drawing. Once you get that initial bubble of air out, it doesn't come back. And I draw a little bit extra and then push it in, and we flip it. And then we get our smaller one, and take off the big one, put the case back on, and it just twists off. Then you put the smaller one on, take the cap off. That's much, much more humane to stick in your hiney. So the area that we're going for is that upper outside quadrant of the buttocks. It's a big muscle, so I'm not ever worried I'm going to miss it. You always want to wipe the area with the wet wipe. I could have already had this open before I got the needle up because the needle's just exposed now, but I'm not going to stick myself with it. Anyway, you also have clean hands before you start that. I didn't start any of this. It's a given. I already washed my hands. Okay, so decision time. This is the first time, the second time I'm giving myself 2 shots, but the progesterone hurts more, like it makes my hiney sore. The Delestrogen never was a big deal. The progesterone, like I'm still sore from yesterday, so I'm not sure if I want to give 2 shots in one side, do the Delestrogen first and then the progesterone, or if I want to do Delestrogen and what I did yesterday for progesterone. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do it in 2 different sides just so you can see how to do it left and right. I'm right-handed, but it's really no hard. It's not much harder to do it on your left side. So anyway, I'm gonna use the computer for my mirror, and you just wipe, and I don't even need a mirror really. I could just feel it, but you really just stick it in. You don't stab it super quick. You don't go super slow. It's in, and then I just using one hand here to get a better angle. It takes forever. Well, this one doesn't take as long as the progesterone, but it really doesn't hurt. It hurts at first. There's just a tiny little sting, but it's hard to know. I'm actually going to look in the mirror to... I wasn't sure if I was out yet. I'm not, so I'm going to keep going. Computer's not as good as the mirror. Okay, that's it. So, and then you just pull it out, and that's it. Use a cotton ball or a rag or something in case there's any blood, and there shouldn't be much. I've never had bruising on my hiney. I have on my stomach from the Lupron shots. That's just like a small shot, but apparently there's... I thought I was doing it wrong, but I wasn't. There's just a lot of stuff that can get bruised there. Anyway, okay, so that was the Delestrogen. So now the progesterone, that comes, their needle came already with the larger 18 gauge on. So I'll get my vial. I'm doing 2 milliliters of this. So I'll draw the air. Put it in, let the air out, draw in, that first bubble comes and I push it out. See, this is, oh, I just got out of the medicine, so I get some air. This is a lot. The 1 milliliter of this wasn't really a problem for me, but yesterday I did 2, and it's still not a problem, but it definitely makes you more sore to put 2 milliliters in. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get my wipe ready before I change my needle. Okay, so that didn't hurt anymore, being on the side that was sore. I'm not noticing that it's like that or anything, so I guess that's what I'll do. I'll still just alternate. Okay, take off this needle, and the smaller one. Same thing. I'm going to wipe the area. And then just going to go in. Hope you can see that. It's really not that big of a deal. It's not that painful. And it just takes forever. Okay, that's it. And then you just pull it out. And this is the one that they say to go ahead and massage the area for a while, and that helps with the soreness. I don't know if it does or not. I massage it. It's still pretty sore, but it's nothing to ruin my day over. So like, it's not that bad. Anyway, I hope I didn't miss anything. Just an amateur, but just saying, if I can do it, you can do it. So good luck giving yourself shots if you're going to. I would much rather give myself shots than have someone else do it. So it's actually kind of fun, and it's I don't know, I feel like we're getting somewhere when I'm taking shots. Even if my butt's sore, my hiney's sore, it's no big deal. It's kind of a reminder of what we're getting ready to do. So it's all worth it. Okay. Thanks for watching.